I rock rough and stuff with my Afro puffs.
Rock on with your man, sing.
I rock rough and stuff with my Afro puffs.
Rock on with your man, sing.
I rock on with my pants off cause it's a must.
Babies, it's your girl, Ms.Carlababys, coming with you today with a vlog, Tales from the Crippled. But today I want to do a segment on gastric bypass surgery. It's a lot of people that have been asking questions lately about gastric bypass. Even on Facebook the past years, people that know or thought they knew that I had the surgery. I never kept it on the hush or nothing, but yes, I did have gastric bypass in 2009. So my experience, I'm not an advocate for the surgery at all. And my experience, if you are looking forward to having the surgery, you might not want to listen to my story. So it's up to you. Some people want to listen to it because they want to make that decision. My situation was like, in a way, an emergency situation. I had to get gastric bypass in order to have further surgeries because I was too obese to get operations again, because I was already having a lot of operations. And for a really big operation, they wanted me to lose weight. And even if I did it on my own, there was no surgeons that would accept me unless I had the surgery, because they said even if I lost it on my own, 9 times out of 10, I would gain it right back and it wouldn't be worth having the surgery. So I had to get gastric bypass to basically save my life. I was 600 pounds. And I did lose close to 300 pounds, gained like 100 back. But my story, like I said, it wasn't an easy journey at all. You know, it was not an easy journey. So I'm going to tell you about that journey. I never told this story, so this is my first time doing this, and I would love to share it with my sweet babies. I find sometimes when you're talking to people that don't know you or that's getting to know you, that you do come out better. Like, you know, you feel more comfortable, especially when you feel like you're helping someone. I feel like I can help someone with my story, whether they get it or not. Because even if you have to get it, like in my situation, but I would say if I had to do it again, even based on the emergency, I think I would say no if I knew what I went through today, because when you find out how my story ends, you will understand why I say that. Now, like I said, every different strokes for a different. I got gray hair, y'all. I got like a few of them, and you know, gray hairs are stubborn. Look at that gray hair and that Afro puff. I only got a few, but that one would not. Y'all know how that is with natural hair, anyways. My story is not a good one. It was not a good one. You know, like I said, it's not all about weight loss. It's about health. You know, I did mine for health, not for weight loss, not for cosmetic reasons. You know, even though these surgeries, some people do go through with it for cosmetic reasons. That's not the reason here. I did not go through that for cosmetic reasons. I would never do that. Basically, in front of my children, the doctors told me I would die if I did not have this surgery in order to have my other surgeries from my skin disease that I suffer from, that is called HS, hidradenitis suppurativa. From that disease, and also mystery diagnosis, basically, I grow tumors with my HS, huge tumors, like watermelon-sized tumors that I have got removed. And you'll learn about that with my health history once I get deep into my story, which I started my story, but I haven't finished that yet. I just started vlogging that, but I want to do the weight loss thing right now because there's so many people that I keep going across videos and different people having conversation in chats and people asking me things on Facebook, and people always wondering why, like, or wondering, you know, and want to come to me, but they don't know how to come to me and ask me, because a lot of people hide the reason why they lost weight because of weight loss surgery. But I don't care, because I got mine done for medical reasons, not for cosmetic, and not because I thought of it. Oh, because if I did, I would have got it done a long time ago, because I grew up obese, you know. But I had gotten too big, you know what I'm saying? And I'm still fat as hell. But I don't, not nowhere near what I was, but I would love to be at where I was and get around like I did then. Let's put it like that, so my story doesn't end well. But anyway, starting with my story. A lot of people ask, what did you have to do to get this surgery? Was it like a quick thing? No, because I have Medicare and Medicaid. And in order to get a surgery for gastric bypass, you have to go to a center called the Center of Excellence, which means it has to be top notch. And I went to a top notch bariatric center called the Kane Center, and they are excellent. They are excellent, and in wonderful hospitals, everything. St. Alexian Brothers, they are excellent in Chicago, suburbs of Chicago. Anyway, moving along, I went to classes. You have to go to nutrition classes. You have to go to classes to hear people's story, to hear the doctors tell you about everything, how they're going to perform the surgery, the outcome of the surgery, the bad outcomes, the good outcomes, everything. They tell you everything. You have to go. I went up and down that road for a whole year. Back and forth from where I live to Chicago, which is 2 hours. I was burning the highway. Mind you, sick the whole time. I was burning the highway, getting to those appointments back and forth, but I had to do it. And yes, it was, oh my God, it was troublesome, but I did it. You have to go to a psychologist. You have to answer all these questions on a computer. It looked like 200 questions, and you can't just go through them and pick multiple choice or this and that, because mind you, they are trying to see where you are mentally. When you see the stuff on TV, like the 600-pound life, I don't know why they don't show you going to the psych before the surgery. That's the problem I have with that show. I don't understand why he sends them to the psych after the surgery. They're supposed to approve you before the surgery going to the psych, because if the psych doesn't approve you, you cannot have gastric bypass in the Center of Excellence, and he's supposed to be a Center of Excellence. So I don't understand where that part comes from. So I don't know how other centers work. I don't know how the insurance works, but the insurance I had with Medicare, you have to go to a Center of Excellence, and they have to, really be experts at what they do. Meaning you can't go to a hospital that only perform 2 or this and that. No, that's their expertise. That's what they do. That's what they're known for. That's why mine is called Kane Bariatric Center, the Kane Center. And that's what when you go there, everything's comfortable. Everything is for big people. The chairs, when I tell you everything is comfortable. You'll be comfortable. The ambience is excellent. So you don't have to worry about will you fit in this chair, will you do this. I don't care if you're 900 pounds, you'll be comfortable there. So the Kane Center in Chicago is excellent. Now, my complications after surgery, it had nothing to do with the surgeon, the hospital, nothing. It was things that you will find out why. Anyway, okay, after I got approved for everything. You have to be approved for everything. You have to have heart workup. You have to have so much blood workup. I mean, they fill up like 15, 20 vials of your blood. You have to make an appointment to get that blood taken. That's how many vials they take. They do so many testings on your blood. They think of stuff you never think of when they check your blood. Like my vitamin D deficiency, I still have. I couldn't get my surgery for 2 weeks. They had to reschedule it because mine was very low, and all of that matters because it's to do with skin and I had to be on these high dosage of pills for a couple of weeks, and they checked my levels, and if it's okay, then they did reschedule my surgery. So anyway, when I go into surgery, my auntie took me to the surgery, and basically she stayed that night, but the next morning she left. Usually at the hospital is usually like maybe the first day. Maybe I have my auntie that used to take me to my appointments sometimes. She'll be there the first day, but after that it's just basically really me and my kids. They dropped me and my kids off at the hospital basically, and my kids have been there supporting me the whole time. I mean, me getting back and forth to the back. My children take care of me when I'm in the hospital. The nurses can contest to that. The doctors can. If it wasn't for my kids, I don't know what I would do. Now, one thing, my relationship with my daddy, you will find that out during my other vlogs with my life vlogs. But if it wasn't for my daddy, when I had that weight loss surgery, I don't know what I would have done. My daddy came through that time, and it meant so much to me because my daddy had never been there after any of my surgeries like he did then, and he ended up dying right after that, like that same year, like a few months later. But he was able to be here to see me lose. I think I probably lost like about 80 pounds before he passed away. And my daddy had told me he was so proud of me. He had never told me that. And the reason why I know he said that is because of what we went through when I had that surgery, because it was a doozy. Anyway, back to me. When I arrived at the hospital, of course, I was scared. I had so many surgeries, and every time before I go in, it is very scary because I'm always scared of getting put to sleep. That's the thing I think of, not the aftermath, but I always think of being put under. Will I see my kids again? Will I do, and my kids, I know they're thinking the same thing. So it's very hard because I never shed a tear in front of my kids. I never did. But sometimes when I get Will back, the tears are in my eyes. But the doctors and stuff always make me feel good when I'm on the table. Okay. So anyway, I get Will to the back. And when I go back there, I mean, I can laugh at it now, but before I get put to sleep, 1999 comes on the radio about Prince, don't you want to go? Night, I'm like, oh shit, why is this shit on? So I think about Final Destination, them signals that they have before they, stuff happens and shit. But anyway, So when I wake up after gastric bypass surgery, when I wake up, it basically felt like 2 semi-trucks ran over me. Honestly, I was in so much pain when I woke up out of that surgery. I mean, so much pain. When I woke up out of that surgery, I was in so much pain. But first, before the pain, let me tell you, before I felt the pain, when I woke up, okay, before you go, they tell you could be on the ventilator, life support or whatever. That's really life support if you're not breathing on your own at all. But when I woke up, I panicked because I was on a vent. I was on a ventilator. Now, mind you, I'm in pain and I'm on a ventilator. At first, I was on a ventilator, I guess, for an hour or whatever. I couldn't breathe. I couldn't breathe on my own because of how big I was on the surgery table. And he told me that I could wake up like that. But I'm like, dang, I never thought that I would be one of them percentages, which I should, because everything happens to me is like rare percent. I'm that rare percent every time, no matter what happens. But anyway, so excuse this bump on my nose too, y'all. Like I said, no makeup. I mean, my skin pretty smooth, but no makeup. I'm sorry. I ain't got time for that right now. But anyway, so when I wake up, I panic. I'm in pain. I panic because I'm on a vent. And when you're not aware of that and you wake up like that, you panic. I move so hard that the bed is damn near moving across the little section that I'm in because I'm in panic. I'm looking around not knowing what's going on. I got the vent down in my chest and I'm not breathing on my own. So you can't talk. You can't do anything. You can't do nothing. And now I know how people feel when they're on life support and they're aware when they wake up. And it makes me so sad every time I see somebody like that because I think about how I felt those couple of hours like that. I think that was the worst thing in the world to wake up like that. It really was. But anyway, when I woke up like that, I panicked. And the nurses came and they kept getting a slide out my mouth. You can't swallow. You can't do anything. It's basically like being trapped in your own fucking body. You can't say anything. It's horrible. It hurts. Let me also tell you, it hurts. So if you have a loved one that has that in their body, it hurts. It does. It hurts like a son of a bitch. It hurts. Anyway, so I'm like that. And while I'm like that, I don't think... Mika, did they tell y'all I had that vent on? They didn't let them know until I was off the vent that I was ready for them to see me. It just took a long time. How long did it take me to get out of that surgery? About 7 hours? About 7 or 8 hours to get out that surgery. To wake up off the half life support, whatever you want to call it, life support, whatever, because the vent is just like that. Because they was breathing for me 100%. I was not breathing at all. So they had to wait till my lungs, was strong enough to breathe on my own. So it was a couple hours, but it would seem so long. Like I said, it hurted so bad. When they pulled that tube out my chest, that hurted so bad. It felt like they took a piece of my lung with them. But I was so happy when they took it out. Oh my God, I was so happy when they took that thing out of my chest. I was so happy when my kids came in there. I just couldn't believe that I made it out of surgery, because I'm not going to lie to you people. After all the surgeries I had, I really thought that I was going to die from this one, because I've talked to a few people. I met friends on obesityhelp.com, which billions of people on there had the surgery, different surgeries, and they have this regret form. I'm one of those regrets. That's why I say, if you're watching this and you want to get the surgery and you're not too sure, and don't listen to me, because my story is not a good outcome. It's some benefits, but mostly is I didn't benefit from it. But it's because of me and the other underlying medical reasons. Not all because of that, but if you keep on watching my story, you will know. So know that. Like I said, I watched the regret form, but I had to get the surgery. So it wasn't no turning back, because who am I to tell my kids that I'm not going to have something that's going to keep me here longer to be with them? My kids sitting right there. I'm going to tell the doctor no when he said I'm going to die if I don't get it or not. No, because to me, my life is my kids. I live my life for my kids. Nothing else and nobody else but my kids. That's the only thing I live for, is my kids. Basically, when I seen my kids, I just couldn't believe that I woke up. I'm serious. I don't even know if I ever told I never thought I would make it out that surgery, because on the regret form, like I said, I met somebody. I was talking to one girl, which she wasn't nothing but like, she was in her hundreds. Yeah, she was in her hundreds, and a lot of people kept telling her she shouldn't have got it done. The doctor, she didn't have any medical problems, but she had a little bit of cash, and she wanted to be slimmer. And the doctor she went to, you have a lot of quacks that will do it anyway. Even if you're not the certain BMI, they still will do it. And she wasn't even 100 pounds overweight. She was like 60, 70, something she could have did on her own. But she was so sweet, and she was young. She was like in her 30s. And like 2 weeks before my surgery, I look on her page, because I knew she had her surgery, whatever, to see her outcome. And her husband was on there saying he regret to let us know that she had passed away a week after her surgery. She passed away from a pulmonary embolism, which a lot of people do, which is a blood clot in the lungs. It's very scary. You find out a lot of people. So I went to the regret forum. You find out all these regrets of people, why they don't like the surgery, this and that. Let's just say on that regret forum, they were telling the fucking truth. All of that shit was me. After I had the surgery, all that shit. I had a best friend that told me everything. She had the surgery. She told me, but it's nothing I could do. She already knew I had to do it. So, but she did tell me. And we go through this shit. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, it's fucked up. Let me tell you, it's very fucked up. So anyway, when I woke up, I didn't want nothing to eat. You don't be hungry. But when I woke up, I had to go to an intensive care unit after that. And basically because I had diabetes really bad, my blood sugars were very high after surgery. So I had to be on an insulin drip. So even in the ICU, now mind you, in the ICU, nobody, excuse me, this alarm, excuse me. Mind you, nobody in the ICU gets up and walk. Nobody gets up and walk in the ICU, but that's how messed up the surgery is. You have to walk off the gastric bypass, because it's, oh my God, you can get a blood clot after any surgery, but that surgery, they serious. They're going to get your ass up. You getting up that goddamn morning, that next morning, you getting your ass up and walk. Hell, if they can get you up that night, you getting up and walk. Because I got up and walked like about, 4 or 5 in the morning. I got my ass up and was walking around the ICU. So anyway, after the ICU, I went to a regular room after the first day. They kept me for a day till my sugars went down to a safe level. And I was transferred to the room. I think I stayed in the hospital for 3 days, maybe 3 days, 3, 4 days total. And then that was in Chicago, and I came back home. When I came home, now at this time, my dad was kind of fighting dementia a little bit before he died or whatever. But like I said, I did not know my daddy would be there like that. My daddy was here every morning when my kids went to school. My kids went to school. They left out of here like at 7 something. My daddy was here at 7 o'clock as soon as they left every morning. He lived around the corner. He walked here every morning. And my daddy was fighting dementia he was going through little signs of dementia where he would forget a lot of things. So he was helping me. My daddy dealt with me incontinence. My daddy dealt with me doing everything. My daddy followed behind with the pain. My daddy had tears in his eyes. I got a couch. I slept in a recliner. I could not sleep in a bed after gastric bypass with my wounds and healing and everything. You come home with tubes hanging out of everywhere. I had it laparoscopically. So I thank God that they didn't have to open me up with the up and down ugly scar. I had it laparoscopically. So, but it is a doozy healing. Oh, it's so painful. Getting up and getting down is very painful because you use your stomach muscles for everything. And they send you home at the hospital. I've been with this teddy bear. And, Mika, what was that teddy bear name? Huh? But anyway, it's a teddy bear. He was called something, but I love that bear. It was a big, hard bear. And you place it on your stomach when you cough. It's flat at the bottom and you place it. Because that first cough or sneeze, I sneezed and I thought I was going to kill a motherfucker. That sneeze, oh my God, almost took a bitch out. I'm not even going to lie. That sneeze was something else. But anyway, my daddy was right there on that couch, right across from me. Me and him slept, and I slept in a recliner. He was on that couch every day until I healed from that gastric bypass surgery. And my auntie took me to my appointments in Chicago, and I'm so thankful at that time she was there. Like I said, different people was there in and out of my life. Like at that time, like I'm so thankful for everything people do for me because they don't have to do it. I don't care if they was doing it out of love, out of whatever, show for show. I don't care what they was doing it for. I'm still thankful. And I'll always thank people. People can never say that I never thank them because I used to call out the blue and be like, I thank you. Like I'll start crying and just call out the blue because like I said, people don't know when you lose your mother, you lose everything. I didn't have a mom, I didn't have this and that. And people don't understand unless they went through that, you know. Like people lose their mama when their mama is 70, 80. And I'll be so proud to have my mom, even to kept my mama at 50. You know, my mama died at 43. Like I feel like, that's why I feel so bad for kids that lose their parents because I know how I felt at 18, you know. And I felt like I was still a kid because shit, I didn't know shit. You know, but I had to know shit quick. But anyway, so my daddy was there for me, and I was so happy he was, because I don't know what I did. I had my surgery January 13th. My dad died November 22nd. So he was almost there a whole year. Matter of fact, I think I lost like 100 pounds before my daddy died. I lost a good amount of weight, and about 100. And I'm going to post like a collage of the befores, afters, and now I'm going to have my daughter put together. Like I can put it on Facebook, but I'm going to have it and put it on YouTube. Like I said, a lot of stuff that I'm doing now, I was doing on Facebook for years, but now I'm moving it to YouTube. So I'm new to YouTube, but I'm not new to telling stories. And like I said, I have a like page called Living Life Purple on Facebook with my medical issues and stuff. So I'm not new to this stuff that I do. This is Carla Baby. This is me. This is Ms.Carlababys, the real Ms.Carlababys. So, like a lot of people that do know me, I hope that they did subscribe. So if you know me and if you don't know me, subscribe. Make sure you push that like button and like it up. I'm going to end this video for now, but I will start the gastric bypass story. I will keep on with this because I know y'all want to know the knowledge of that with my story. Like I said, this is my story, nobody else's. I'm not telling nobody not to have the surgery. I'm not telling nobody to have the surgery. I'm not an advocate for the surgery at all. Me, if I had to do it again, I wouldn't. But my story was definitely a bad story. And it's not all, I don't know. I don't even know what to say, but I would never have got it to live like I have to live. I would have never got it because I have everyday complication that anybody will have. I don't know if I should call it a complication, but I call it an effect of the surgery. Your new body, getting used to your new body, things that happen to you after your surgery, like mentally, physically. It affects everything, mentally, especially mentally. Everything. It affects everything. So I will go over all of that. It's not an easy surgery, so do not think you're going to go in there and just lose weight and be like, oh, I'm good, this and that. No. Oh my God, no. No. And it's so crazy because I never had losing weight on my mind. I never had losing weight on my mind because I went through so much healing and so many surgeries. I didn't have time to think about, oh, look at all this weight. Different things made me think that because, of course, I could fit into different things and be comfortable with this and that. But I had so many other medical problems, I couldn't really focus on enjoying losing weight. And that's why a lot of people didn't see me. And when they did, they didn't know who the fuck I was. Yeah, I said it. People that knew me did not know who Ms.Carlababys was. So it's going to get to all of that. This story, it's a good story, but it's a bad story. When I say good, it's interesting. It's very interesting. So stay tuned to that, sweet babies. Like I said, hit that like button. Hit your girl up. Hit the like. I know you love Ms.Carlababys. Look at the cheeks. You got to love the baby. But anyway, I will get back with you on this story. And I'm going to get back to my life story. I'll probably do a vlog on that tomorrow or Tuesday even. But I will get back to you, sweet babies. So, like I said, like and subscribe. And much love to you. Ms.Carlababys out. Peace.
I know you better leave me the fuck alone. Put that on there.
Rock on with your bad self.
I rock on with my bad self cause it's a must. It's the lady of rage still kicking up dust. So let me loosen up my bra strap. And let me boost you with my raw rap.